Now, I'm not sure I can accomplish my goal of what I'm hoping to present here in the end, but I'm going to give it my best effort. And the kingdom of heaven. And I just want to remind us, the phrase kingdom of heaven is found 33 times in KJV. Kingdom of earth is found 0 times in the KJV. In part 1, we establish why a lot of people believe there should be a kingdom of earth. And so I didn't know where to begin other than maybe look at each of these verses and talk about them. So which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come like manner, come back down to earth, set up his kingdom on earth, is what is implied, many people believe, as ye have seen him go into heaven. So I wanted to talk about this verse and start building a foundation why I believe, not that is incorrect, that statement, but that view of the kingdom of earth. And a lot of it has to do with timing and things that are going to be very difficult to understand. But I just want to look at some concepts and see, maybe to get you thinking about some other views. So Hebrews 8, 1-6 says, Now the things which we have spoken, this is the sum. So pretty much everything that's in the Gospels and in the book is summed up in these verses. This is the sum. We have such a high priest, king, who is set on the right hand of the throne of majesty in the heavens, a minister of the sanctuary, temple, and of the true tabernacle or true temple, which the Lord pitched and not man. So we're going to talk some more about that. And this is setting up a contrast. It's setting up a contrast between the priest before Christ and how Christ became priest, the high priest king. For every high priest is ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices. So they had to offer sacrifices ongoing, yearly, and all the time. So, or not all the time, but a lot of the times. Wherefore it is of necessity that this man, Jesus, have someone also to offer his once and for all sacrifices at the cross. For if he, Jesus, were on earth, he should not be a priest or king. So I wanted to really look at that. And if he were on earth, he couldn't be our king. He couldn't be our priest. Seeing that there are priests that offer gifts according to the law, who serve unto the example of shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of God when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, he saith, He that make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. But now he, Christ, have attained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which is established upon better promises. We're going to talk a lot more about this, and hopefully you'll kind of figure out for yourself what this all means. Then shall the King in heaven say unto him on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom in heaven, I would interject, prepared for you from the foundation of the world. See part 2, the previous video, where he went to prepare a place where the Father was at. After this I'll return and build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down. I will again build the ruins thereof, and I will set up. Now here we have that idea that the physical temple is going to be rebuilt and built back up. Is this what Christ meant? When Jesus therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him king, a kingdom of earth, he departed again into a mountain himself alone. So again, is this the kingdom that's being talked about? No. It wasn't a physical kingdom. It wasn't a physical temple. What Christ didn't want to be king on earth. It was never the pattern from God from the first place. He never wanted a king on earth. He wanted a king in heaven. And we'll talk more about that why. And here we see, for we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, our physical body, we have a building of God, a spiritual temple, a house not made with hands, not a temple that we could build, an eternal in the kingdom of heaven, the heavens. So you see, this was a spiritual kingdom of heaven. And we'll get back to the summary here eventually. Thus said the Lord, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house, the physical temple that you build me? And where is the place of my rest? Heaven. So looking back at, now that we know some of those things, let's read this again. Now of the things which we have spoken is the sum. We have such a high priest, the King, who is set on the right hand of the throne of majesty in heavens, the minister of the sanctuary of the temple, a spiritual temple, the true tabernacle, with the Lord pitch and not man, not a physical temple and not a physical king. That's why Jesus escaped, because he didn't want to be the physical king on earth. And it says, for every high priest ordained to offer gifts and sacrifices, wherefore it is of necessity that this man Jesus have someone also to offer his once and for all sacrifice of the cross. For if Jesus remained on earth, it's saying here, he couldn't be a priest or king. Seeing that our priests offer gifts according to law, he would have to offer sacrifices over and over and over again as well. So it's contrasting these views. It's summing it up for you. Who serve unto an example the shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of God when he was about to make the tabernacle. For, see, saith he, that make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. But now he have attained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which is established upon better promises. We'll need to talk about why it's a better ministry, why it's the mediator of a better covenant, and what are the better promises. So some things to think about. I know this isn't overwhelmingly convincing. It's just to get you to start thinking and think about different possibilities, because we know you can't be heaven on earth at the same time, so only one can be true, and what makes the most sense.